All right, guys, welcome back to another Jordan 1 Travis Scott Low Black Phantom Real vs. Fake UA Replica Part 2. This is going to be the final real vs. fake I do on this shoe for you guys. It's about time. So, unfortunately, it gets a little boring doing the same shoe over and over, even if there's not really any improvements on the reps, but sometimes there is. So, we're going to take this as a final chance at seeing if anything different has been done versus the other pair, which I think it has, to be honest. The colors seem a lot more consistent and so forth. So we're going to get right into it. Retail on the left, replica on the right. You see the replica. Ironically, the box sizing is a hair bigger than the retail to the left. I actually took tape measure to it to confirm this, and it is a hair bigger. Like I said, it's a hair bigger. So interesting. It's still a tough call to rule out if it's real or fake. So we're going to go ahead and get to the size tag labels on the front of these boxes here. And here we go. Here's the retail, guys. Clean, crisp, no price tag. Air Jordan 1 Low OG SP for a special project, I assume. And you got the UPC, color codes, and so forth. Here's the fake. Obviously, they put a pen mark on it for inventory purposes. Air Jordan 1 Low OG SP. Looks like the lettering text is a little bigger on it, but it's a tough call. They didn't do a price tag or anything. It is a tough call, though, guys. So here we go. Retail left, replica on the right again. Again, you could tell the replica is a little bit bigger of a box. Let's have a look under the lid of the retail here, and we got the coding on the bottom tab there, as you can see in the top right. Nike swoosh on the top there as well. Let's have a look at the replica, which I'm going to assume we're probably going to see the same thing here. And yep, definitely there's a swoosh up top, and yep, there's the code there at the bottom right. Not as white as it shows on the actual retail at the bottom there. You could see it's a much more brighter white, but again, very, very hard to tell, guys. As you could see me there in the background trying to record this video for you guys. So here we go. Internal tissue paper is pretty much spot on the replica on the right versus the left there. To be honest, tough call. Not much of a difference, guys. It's really not much of a difference here tissue paper wise. So good luck on that one. Here we go. Retail to the left, rep on the right. Now here is night and day color differences here. You see replica to the right is just a flat white. Left, it's kind of like an egg white, as you can see. So it definitely has a different tone to it. So definitely, as far as at least trying to authenticate the rags, big difference. If they would have matched the color exactly, though, it would have been a tough call. Both rags in this particular real versus fake feel identical. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just matching up the sizing of the replica rag to the retail, and to be very honest, to my surprise, it's nearly exactly the same size. If it's not, it's a hair smaller. As you can see the top right corner there, I mean a hair, and I don't have it perfectly straight, but yeah, tough call. So here we go. Top on the left here in my left hand is the retail, bottom is the replica. As you can see, the blacks are richer on the paneling. Looks like they got the black on the medial, swoosh, so forth. Again, near identical, guys. They're getting better with this stuff. They're getting much better with this stuff. Midsoles seem to be on point. The white stitching does as well. The swoosh looks a hair different on the replica. Looks a little bit like it's having more of a slant on the hook of the swoosh versus the retail, where it's just a bit more of a, not much of a slant added in it. Like there's no edge or you know, italic to it. It's just your typical Nike swoosh dipped in, of course. Here we go. The bug looks, they both look identical, to be honest. The big thing, top left, you see how the sock liner just goes just above the collar there. To the right, it's much more apparent and a lot thicker mesh, as you can see. Again, swoosh is nearly identical. Again, the black looks much more richer on the paneling on this side as well, on the replica versus the retail above. Again, midsole, it's all very on point. I mean, it's really tough to do this. Like, in my opinion, it's that sock liner, how far it comes out to the top of the collar. That's really the telltale here. Again, here we go. Outsoles are identical. They're identical, guys. This is a tough one. This is tough. Very tough. Now, the bigger overscaled shoe is actually the retail, which is surprising, in my opinion. Let's see here. Toe boxes are slightly different from each other. You see replica, the toe box. The toe there's a bit more of, again, a richer black versus a little bit of an ashier, lighter black on the retail to the right. So crazy. Tags are nearly identical, except the tag AIR on the retail to the top right is actually, it's italicized versus the rep on the left, which is just straight AIR. Look at that from the top. This is so tough. And you know what? I was wrong. The retail's actually on the left. My bad. You see how tough this is, guys? The retail's actually on the left. My gosh, this is so hard to do. So hard. And retail laces on the left. And the rep laces on the right. Again, near identical. Near identical. Just insane, guys. I mean, it's tough. Like I said, there's the minor differences, but man, it's so easily scammable. This will scam anybody. Anybody. Wow. It's really not night and day unless you know what to look for. Here we go. Retail above on the top. Bottom is the replica. You see the thicker sock liner on the bottom. So that's my telltale sign with this stuff. Again, richer black colors on the actual replica, of course. And I think it has to do with lighting too, but the colors are much more richer on the replica at the bottom. There we go. The Air Jordan is a bit more of a white, bright Air Jordan Wings logo on the rear here. Just so close, guys. It's just so tough. It's so tough at this point. This is where you'd probably have to get into more of the internal structure of the shoe, like the footbed and internal stitching and so forth. But look at this. Just insane. Look how close these are. Tough call, guys. Very, very, very tough. Like I said, they pretty much mastered this at this point. Like I said, it's just, as you see me wiping the particle there off the replica. Like I said, it's that thicker sock liner that leads up to the collar. That's really the telltale sign. On the retail to the left, you see how much thinner it is and cleaner and so forth. So that's pretty much it. Can you tell by itself though? That's the thing. You know, that's the scary thing about this. So you want to be very careful out there, guys. Scammable pair. If you're going to pay resale, do your best to get it through an authentication method or a trusted seller. This stuff is really, really, really tough. Just going off anybody on IG. You see the differences in the toe boxes, of course. You see how the toe box on the retail to the left curved up a little bit more. Man, and there we have it, guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section of this video. Let me know if I pointed anything out that I didn't. This is tough. Like I said, I even fumbled up in the middle of this video thinking one was the retail versus the rep. So you see how tough this is, guys. This is not easy, especially being an all black shoe. It will cover a lot of inconsistencies and defects. So be very careful obtaining this shoe in a resale spectrum, guys. I appreciate you hanging out in this video. Definitely, you know, let me know in the comments what else do you see, but this is perfected at this point for the most part. I don't think they're going to do anything about thinning out that internal sock liner on the replica. In my opinion, it's not going to happen. Like I said, this stuff is hard to tell apart, even with the retail. And with that, y'all know what it is. Sneaker Lover out.